Okay, everybody, welcome to the Team Heart and Hustle team call for September. September crazy. I'm going to share my screen. I made a couple slides because that's how I roll, and we will get right into the content so we can have some time to chat at the end if anybody has questions about things. So tonight I want to talk about recruiting. One thing for this was intimidating for me. Even now a little bit, it's hard to really approach people about the coaching opportunity right off the bat because you like to think that you want to build trust with people. You want to like know them a little bit before they're on the team, but it doesn't always work out that way, and it's kind of okay that way. So you just have to like get your mind right about what you're doing with your own team, what your own goals are. And I think that would really help just align everything. A couple things in the back office. I'm sure you guys have seen all the news things. Is anybody interested in the work? Has anybody checked it out after Morning Meltdown? Are you interested in doing it? Kirsty's a no. Michelle's a yes. Yes. And Holly, are you a yes on the work? Maybe. Well, after Morning Meltdown, we can assess the situation. I think that it'll be early access, but it seems like it's going to be pretty cheap. Considering what they're saying about it already. I don't know what the price is going to be, but I think it's going to come out in the spring to just be on demand 6 days a week. It's that celebrity NBA trainer, super in your face, super hardcore, no modifier. So definitely not for a beginner. I think that with this program, you have to be a little strategic. They said that they created this program for people that are like, want to get their ass kicked and die on every workout, like basically like people that go to CrossFit, people that go to Orange Theory, like they like to go in there and like literally die like during their workout. And it's like sad that we live in a society that thinks that every workout has to be that way, but that's why Beachbody created this, because it applies to that crowd of people. So like I said, after we're done with Morning Meltdown, we can assess the situation. But one really important thing just to say now is that I know that when I was a new coach, I was always like a squirrel with like the programs, especially when they're short. Like it's so easy to like, stop losing momentum with Morning Meltdown and be like, oh, well, I'll just go do the work, or, stop losing momentum with something and like hop over to something else and be a squirrel. But it's really important for us to have credibility as a coach with our current clients and our coaches and anybody that might join us in the future. Stick with what you're doing, even if it's, Morning Meltdown, you're only halfway through, but just stick with what you're doing. It builds credibility for you and your business. And then the Ironman, it's in, if any of you didn't go into Team Rockstar Fit and check it out, it's just more of being accountable for your business and your business goals. Like we can write down our goals every day, every month, whatever you do. But if you like share it publicly, I think that there is a lot of value in that. Trina talked about it in her live, which any of you can go back and watch if you're interested. But it's basically like if you're training for this big competition, this big like athletic thing, you're going to have to like set a goal. You have to have a deadline. You have to like sacrifice things in order to get there. And we should all have something like that for our business. So I know that Kirsty and Michelle both went in there and put down their goals. So I love that. So I'm not sure what she's got up her sleeve as far as like how much she's going to be posting about the Ironman and stuff, but I know we're going to be checking in on it. And I'd like to just like run with that as a team because I think it's a really great analogy. And it's like, it really, like we have a lot of potential to do a lot of good from now until December, the end of the year. And I say the end of the year because it's like, when Beachbody, there's a certain week in November that the rank that you are, it's what you are for the year. You have to like if you're going to hit rank advancement or something like that, it's got to be, I think it's November 6th or something around the first week of November. You have to hit that. You have to hit whatever rank you want by that day in order to do the 6-week qualification for it. So something to keep in mind. Like I said, we have a lot of emeralds on this call. Potential to be a diamond by the end of the year, which would be awesome. Another thing on this, the Empower Her group that we have right now, next month, we are doing a Diamond Push group. So that's going to be probably for the next 2 months that'll run. And we have a lot of content from Julianne Condi. I don't know if you guys know her from the Team Rockstar Fit page. She's a 8-star diamond, I believe. She created a bunch of content for a Diamond Push. And so we have all that content because we're in the Diamond Rockstar Leaders group. One big perk of being a Diamond coach is that you get to be in this separate Facebook group through Team Rockstar Fit. It is endless resources. I mean, there's stuff for challenge groups, there's stuff for your team, there's stuff for like worksheets to track your business. Like there's so much stuff. I try to bring stuff to our team page that I think is applicable and stuff, but if I brought everything, you guys would be overwhelmed. So it's nice to have like a variety of things to get ideas, or people just flat out share stuff. Like they just put it on there and they're like, here, have this. And it's just nice because we're not in the like, we need to recreate the wheel. We don't need to spend hours making graphics on things anymore, you know, because a lot of times people hire graphic designers and then they put it in the Diamond page and we're like, great. And then if you ever see me and Michelle on calls on Wednesday mornings, that's a Diamond leadership call. There's a different topic every week. And it's just connecting with the leaders on Team Rockstar Fit. And it's another like endless resource thing. And Trina's usually on there like throwing around some wisdom and stuff too. Okay, so getting right into the meat of the call, talking about recruitment. So this is adding coaches to your team, coaches that want to work the business. So you know, I've listened to endless calls about this. You guys, like when I was a new coach, you could find me, my husband be watching football. I'm in there with earbuds in, listening to team calls, listening to calls about how to get Success Club, how to grow my network, how to get coaches, even though I wasn't doing it yet because I was nervous. And you can think about it two ways. It's just like when you get your fire lit about something in this business, like whether it was Summit, whether it was like a team call that you listened to that really was like, makes you want to go out there and like do all the things, whatever lights your fire, like stay in tune with that because it's going to help you push through on the days where everybody's saying no and you're not making any sales and you're like, can I really do this? Can I really make this happen? And you get in your head about it. And I know how easy it is to do that. But you just can't. You just have to like snap yourself out of it, just like with your workouts and your nutrition. You're having a bad day, snap yourself out of it and come out of it on the other side the next day. So two ways you can think about recruiting coaches. You can think it being like salesy, skeezy, and you're nervous about it. If you have those feelings, you're going to come off as that. Either that or you're just not going to invite to the business at all, which was me for the first year of my business, probably just until a couple months ago, because, you know, it's just like you want to build relationships with people. So, or you can change it to being proud that you have this coaching opportunity to offer to other people. Like you're presenting an opportunity. I listened to a call where the lady was talking about like, people don't want to hear the word recruitment. They don't want to hear that. But if you think about like an athlete that's getting recruited to a college team, they want that athlete because he is outgoing, he's driven, he's talented, he's got all these great skills, and that college team wants that guy wants that athlete on their team. So they are going to go and try to do everything they can to show them that they're the best choice. And if we approach coaching that way, you know, as it's an opportunity for them, if you were the athlete and you had 2 or 3 schools coming to you saying like, we want you on our team, you know, we know what you're capable of, would you be offended by that? If you were an athlete and you were being approached by multiple schools because they knew your potential, they knew that you could do it and build a business, whatever you wanted out of it, we would never be offended by that. It's like a compliment to say, Michelle, I want you on my team. I know how driven you are. I know that you can do this. And I think you're a really awesome coach. That's not an insult. It's not skeezy. It's not salesy. It's going to get the people that you think are going to work best on your team. And the best part is that we get to decide, you know, like when I do invites and I'm going to send a coach invite, if it's not somebody that I'm going to sit down and have coffee with, like I don't feel like I could sit on this call with you and talk about my dogs eating turds. Like if it's not somebody that I can do that with, I'm not going to invite them to the team because I get to decide. We don't want anybody on our team. We want people that are hardworking, driven, like us, that are going to do the work and be passionate about it too. The biggest thing is believing in the opportunity. I think that getting to events is so big. I know that Michelle, Kirsty can speak to this as well, like being at Summit, being at Super Saturday, being at things where you can see that you're not alone. Like, there are so many people hustling this business every day, but it's the people that continue to do it in a consistent way that end up at the top at the end. And if you believe in the opportunity, believe in whatever part of it you want, whether it's the financial freedom, whether it's the time freedom, whether it's the accountability or the group, whatever it is that you want to put at the top of your reason why you love coaching the most, believe in it and shout it from the rooftops. Like, if you can keep your energy up about this, like, I know it's hard. Like, most of you guys are working and you have families and you're tired and you're trying to get your workouts and you're trying to do everything. And then you want to recruit to the team too. But if you believe in it and you talk about it consistently, people will see it. They have to be seen. They have to be shown things like 6 to 10 times before that's even like registering in their brain. So just think about it that way. And if you show belief, like literally in my agenda every week, one of my top goals for the week is breathe belief, is what I write down every week. Breathe belief, breathe belief. Because if I don't believe in this business, none of you are going to believe in it either. If I'm not excited about it, if I'm not excited about our team kicking ass and rocking the Success Club leaderboard in the loft and doing all that stuff every month, like, if I'm not excited about it, nobody's going to be excited about it. And I am really actually excited about it because you guys are awesome. So there's that. There's really no faking it in that department. So what to share? I personally alternate my posts between challenge group and coaching posts every week. It's one and the other. It's like, I'll talk about coaching, then I'll talk about nutrition, then I'll talk about coaching, then I'll talk about the challenge group, then I'll talk about coaching. You have to keep talking about it, whether it's in your stories. You can get off this call and get on your stories and be like, I just got off a team call. It's so cool to connect with my team. We talk about a different topic every month, and I'm just so happy to be a part of it. Whatever. It doesn't have to be complicated. You don't have to go into this long spiel about coaching and all of the objections and stuff. One thing that I keep in mind is you guys have all seen the coach sneak peek because you were probably all in there at one point. Pick one thing out of the coach sneak peek, whether it's fear of being salesy or fear of not having enough time, and address that one thing in a post. You don't have to be complicated with it. Like I said, don't make a huge long post because some people aren't going to read it, but like, they are going to read it if you draw them in and you talk about it in a simple way and get to the point and leave it at that. And include a call to action. If you are interested in hearing more about coaching, if this sounds like it might be something that's up your alley, however you talk, write how you talk, and just talk about what is happening in your life because of coaching. Is it because you're having physical success? So it is the ultimate accountability, right? I say this in the coach sneak peek. I just got off my live and I said it then. I use my stories as my accountability. If I'm not posting my workout in my stories, I didn't do it in my book. You know, like, you have to think of it that way, and you have to show people, because so many people that I talk to about coaching, they're like, it would be nice to be accountable. It would be nice to be held accountable, because that is what it is. Trina always says, if you join the team, you're fit for life. I never knew that I needed fitness. I wanted to be healthy. I wanted to lose weight, but like, I didn't know that I wanted to be fit, but it feels good to be fit. And if you talk about that, people want that kind of lifestyle too. They want to be fit. They want to feel better. They want to be confident. They want all the things that we are working towards, and they can work towards it too if they join the team. And then setting a good example for your squad. Like, for this team in this group, I always talk about this, but if I'm not showing up, like, to do my workouts, to use whatever products I'm using, and you don't have to use everything, try one thing every once in a while. I'm not asking you to go buy the whole damn performance line, but like, use some stuff, set a good example for your squad. Like, if I'm using collagen, I'm sharing it. Maybe you guys would want to use collagen in the future. You know, like, it's all the circle of life. You just have to go with it and try new things here and there. Don't buy everything, but, you know, just setting a good example for the people around you, including the girls in the challenge group, because they're looking at us. Even after they join us, it's our job to continue to inspire them, continue to motivate them. And when we do that, when we stick with them and we commit to them as a challenger and we make sure we follow up, everybody is not going to complete morning meltdown. Everybody is not going to have perfect nutrition. They're not going to do that stuff. It's not real. I mean, the perfect nutrition thing is not really real life for most people, but like, completing morning meltdown, not everybody is going to finish. And that's okay, because we can't make them get up and work out. We can't make them push play and get to the end. And you have to be okay with that. That was really hard. That was something that I struggled with at the beginning. Like, I'm a shitty coach because they're not working out. They completely fell off. I suck. And I can't get anybody else on my team now because I suck and they are failing because of me. But it's not. not, you know, and a lot of times those people need to fall down and get back up again before they have a good win for themselves. Emotional success. This is a big one I know for a lot of people on our team. How has your mindset changed? How is personal development helping you? How, because Beachbody makes us focus on ourselves with our workouts, personal development, and our nutrition, it makes us a better human being. How the relationships in the team, outside of the team, have changed. Like, have you made new friends from social media? Have you like added people to your team that you don't know very well? Whatever it is, talk about it. Talk about how it's enriched your life that way too. And then financial success. You can even talk about small wins with this. People are not going to relate to me if when I start making however much money I plan to make, you know, say I'm making $8,000 a month. If I share that on social media, people don't relate to that. I just made $8,000 this month. Like, people don't relate to that. They relate to me when I say my Beachbody check paid for this vacation, or my Beachbody check paid for me to buy the expensive peanut butter at the store, or whatever you like, you know, like, is it something like, I love to go down the aisle at the grocery store and get the kale, that vampire kale that's $4.99 a bag, and I like the peanut butter that's $5.99 a jar, and that shit's expensive, and it's expensive for a lot of people. Most people, it's too expensive for them. So if you put it in a way that might apply to them, or maybe they can't afford to put their kids in dance classes, and maybe some of your paycheck goes to help put your kids in a class, whatever. Talk to them that way instead of like $200, $100, whatever. It's okay to share your income if you feel like you need to do that in life. Like, I shared my income publicly because I felt like it was time so that I could show people. But it's like, if you talk about more real life things, people relate to that more because that's something that they could actually apply to in their own life. And then just be relatable to somebody like you. Like I said about like the fancy food stuff, like that's something that I might actually talk about. And because I'm talking about that specifically, that's going to attract my people. That's going to attract somebody else that wants to go buy the damn expensive kale at the store, you know, like that's going to attract the people that I want on my team. And then sharing your vision as far as like, we have this coach on Team Rockstar Fit and her name is Joy. She planned, this is a really great example. She planned a diamond retreat for her team when she had no diamonds on her team. She had no diamonds. She planned this. It was like out of the state. She was paying for everything. She said, I'm planning this and I want you guys to come. And by the time the retreat came, she was like a 3-star diamond, something crazy, you know, like she just did it. And her team, she cast the vision for her team, and that's where they went, and they all did it together. So I think that's cool. Next, knowing who you want to attract. So like I said before, you don't want anybody on your team. You don't want any person off the street. They say they want to be a coach. You're like, great, let me get you signed up. You want somebody that is going to be like you. Like, you're going to want to have coffee with. You're going to want to stay in the Airbnb at Summit with. You know, it's like, you want them to know that you want your following to know you're looking for coaches. You want to make sure your storefront is open. We talk about this a lot with challenge packs and just joining the challenge group. Like, make sure your business is open, be talking about it. Just the same with coaching, be talking about it. Make sure people know that you are adding people to your team. Make sure people know that you have this training that they can go through, that they will be fully supported, and that we all work together on this team. I tell you guys this, if you're intimidated by mentoring coaches, having coaches on your team, you're not alone. You're going to have the squad. I'm in the process of organizing my thoughts on this, and then I will make the videos. I'm going to put like a fast start training in the team page. It's going to be in the units format. It's going to be something that people, say they join in the middle of the month or they join right after Rock the Business starts, it's something that they can go through quickly to help them get started so that they can start posting and start moving their business forward right off the bat without having to wait for Team Rockstar Fit, Rock the Business to get started. So that's in the works. And then they always say, get what you post for. So if you were going to be posting about, if you don't post that you want hardworking coaches, if you don't post that you want people to join your team that want to help other people, you're not going to get people like that. If you be too general about it, it's not going to attract the right people. And then posts versus stories. you want to make sure that your posts are like the pretty picture with a nice story behind it, right? Like that's if you go to your Instagram feed and you look at your grid, is like nicely polished. That's what Instagram likes. Like, I'm not saying you have to go and get a fancy camera and buy a photographer and get a bunch of pictures taken, but people on Instagram, when you follow them and they go look at your page, if it's a cluttered mess, they're probably not going to follow you back. I'm going to be completely honest about that. But if it's nicely like put together, I use a preset, but I don't have like some like crazy theme. Like you see those ones that are like all pink, like there's some like pink overlay on every picture. Like that's fine if you want to do that. But like at least like clear pictures in front of a window, nothing dark, scroll stopping images, because people are going to stop and read the caption of your post if your picture is good. If it's a clear, well-lit picture, that's good. People will stop and read the caption. Otherwise, they won't. A lot of people don't read the captions anyways. I swear some people like things without even reading, because you'll have like all these likes on a coach post and then you'll reach out to people and they're like, I mean, they ghost you obviously, but like, it's just, they don't read it. They just like click through. So, and then stories are the behind the scenes of your life. This is the things where you're rolling out of bed with makeup, with mascara smeared from the day before and whatever. This is in your stories. This is raw, real life. And people need to see that, because they need to see that you're not a pretty polished person that's on your back of your Instagram. They need to see that they don't have to be perfect all the time and do all of that, because you're a real person, and showing that is good for the team. So 2 different people that we're inviting to the business challengers. Those are people who stand out in the challenge group, posting consistently, showing up with 10s and the check-ins, doing the check-ins is a big one. Anyone who loves the programs and products, anybody looking for a solution. So a solution for, are they still waitressing on the weekends on top of their normal 9-to-5 job because they need more money? Solutions is can't afford to put their kid in whatever lessons. You know what I mean? Like people open up to you when you're checking on them. However often you do plan to check on your customers, but people open up to you about stuff like that. And it kind of like, once you start thinking about the team and you put that in the front of your brain, you're like, it kind of dings every time somebody says something like that. You're like, oh yeah, like that sounds like something that I would be interested in. So those are the type of challengers that I would reach out to. I try to give them a little bit of time doing the program before I reach out to them about coaching, just to not scare them away. I don't want to like pounce on them the first week and be like, hey, if you want to be a coach, but like I give them a little bit of time, and I just approach them very casually. I'll show you an example. This is exactly something that I would say if I copy and pasted it. Hey, Sarah, girl, you've been crushing MM100. I love seeing you get closer to your goals every day. I was wondering if you ever thought about coaching. You're already doing all the coach things like showing up daily and motivating the tribe. You may as well get paid for it. The discount is really great too. Would you be interested in checking out the sneak peek I have that starts tomorrow? That is something exactly I would say. Talk, I can't say this enough, talk like you talk. Send messages like you talk. Like if you're having a conversation with your friend, write that down. Like, I talk to everybody like I talk, and mostly emojis. Like when I talk in real life, I feel like I need to like talk emojis, but there's no emojis coming out of my mouth. I just gotten to that point in life, I guess. But so when you're talking to new clients, I've been trying to be really intentional about this, and there's one reason why. I mean, yes, I want to grow my team. Yes, I want to move my business forward, but also I'm trying to show you guys that this is not intimidating. It's really not. Like, you all know I follow Ashley Fell Dyson. She's my favorite top coach. And when she runs a power hour, she splits her sheet in half, and they do, I think it's 36 challenger invites and 36 coach invites. Right now in Empower Her, we're trying to do 100 invites a week and 20 coach invites. So that's very unequal, just because we're trying to get our feet wet with it. This is going to even out in the end. And you'll see once you start inviting to the business more, like it's not cold because they're your followers, but for somebody that's a client yet, you'll see that it's not as hard as you think. So if you're talking to a new client, this is somebody that you're already sharing their story on social media. So somebody that I might send coach invite to is somebody that's maybe like doing a sweaty selfie just at the gym, or somebody that has a before and after picture because they've been doing Whole30. Just because they're doing Whole30, or just because they're doing whatever diet they're doing that's not going to last forever, because that shit is not sustainable. Like, whatever they're doing, if they're already sharing it, they're already past that little comfort border. So those are really great people to talk to about the coaching opportunity. Anybody who is relatable to your own journey. I talk to a lot of nurses and I talk to a lot of moms because those are my target market. I talk to nurses because nurses are a perfect coach. Seriously, a perfect coach, because we work 3 days a month or 3 days a week. I work 3 days a month, but full-time nurses work 3 days a week. And that means 4 days. They can work the business on the other days. You know, even anybody that's full-time working 9 to 5, you know, like you can make this business whatever you want. Like, we can't say that enough, but like, if you make time for it, like an hour a day, like what if you add to your following and send invites while you're waiting for your Energize to kick in? What if you clear your inbox while you're watching TV at night? Like, it's not that complicated. You know what I mean? And once you start doing all of the actions, you get more efficient at it. So what do they need and how this can be a solution for them, for new people? I reach out to a lot of fitness people too, because I follow fitness people, but not ones that are representing a brand. People that just like to work out. Like those, if I can find a nurse that just likes to work out, perfect, because she already likes to work out. But a solution for her is that maybe she fucking hates working night shift, or she doesn't like the job that she's in, or maybe she wants to be a per diem nurse like me. Like, whatever it is, I'm going to show her what I'm doing, and maybe she would be interested in it. So this is a message that I would send to somebody that's like a new client, that's not somebody that's in the challenge group already. Hey, Sarah, I've been following you for a while, and I had to ask you if you ever thought about doing what I do as a health and fitness coach. I see you sharing your story, and I can tell you provide so much value to your followers already. I know you could expand your reach and help so many other women and get paid for it. Would you be interested in checking out a coach sneak peek I have that starts tomorrow? Like, that is not scummy. Like, I don't care who you are. It's not scummy. It's not sleazy. It's not salesy at all. It's me saying, I have this opportunity as a coach on my team. Would you be interested in hearing about it? There's no pressure. There's no weirdness. If you think it's weird and you feel it's weird, it's going to be weird. But don't make it weird, because it's not. It's presenting an opportunity. What's the worst thing that could happen is they message you back and say, that's a pyramid scheme. I hate Beachbody. Screw you. I mean, they could say that. I've never had anybody say that, but whatever. It's not true, so whatever. B, they ghost you and they don't message you back. Or C, they say, actually, I have thought about it. And literally, the other day, I sent like 15 coach invites, and 2 people messaged me back and said, I actually have thought about coaching. They haven't signed up yet, but they're thinking about it. I talked to them about it, and the door is open. They're in the sneak peek. They're going to keep watching the sneak peek, and I'm going to keep following up with them until one of us dies, right? Like, isn't that what she says? Keep following up until one of you dies, and I'm not dying. So there's that. Call to action. So to take action, you have to set a goal for your business. How many invites are you going to do? Literally, anytime anytime anybody that's not on this team wants to talk to me, like, Ashley, I need help. Like, they want to like have like a one-on-one laser coaching kind of thing where I can help them, because I'm always in Success Club. My team is growing. They want to know how. Literally every call that I get on with somebody that wants to talk to me, like maybe one of Kelly's coaches or one of Rachel's coaches or something, the first thing I say is, how many invites are you doing? Because it matters. It matters, because like, people that say, you know, you don't have to have a high Success Club number. I'm not talking about hit Success Club 20, but if you're hitting Success Club 10 every month, that's 5 new people that you're adding into the challenge group. What are the chances that one of those 5 people are going to love these programs, love these products enough to maybe want to join our team? What is the chances that that's going to happen? I mean, it's pretty good, right? Like, I had no intention. Most of the people that are successful coaches had no intention of coaching. 0. Like, didn't even buy a challenge pack. I didn't buy a challenge pack at first. I bought a 3-month membership. I didn't buy any Shakeology. I didn't buy anything. I bought a 3-month membership. And then when I decided I wanted to be a coach, I bought some Shakeology and I bought some Energize. And then I kept buying it until like yesterday. So that matters. So those people that are the 3-month memberships, those people that are afraid to go all in, it's okay. Like, they can still come, but we just got to show them an excellent experience. So taking action for your business, set a goal and just go for it. One thing for invites for me, I have done this all sorts of ways, because one thing that I tend to do with invites is I say, I'm going to do 100 invites a week. And then I burn myself out in the first 2 days. And then I'm like, I'm done at 50. Like, I'm tired. I don't want to do anymore. And then I don't do any for the rest of the week. You know, that was the old me. The new me knows that one thing that I can do to not get burnt out on invites is don't invite every day. And on the days I am inviting, do it like a boss. Put my headphones in. I put some music on that I like. That's pump up music, like basically music that I would work out to. And I rock it. I rock my invites. And the next day, I'm free of invites. It's not my favorite thing to do invites, but that is an income producing activity. You will earn more income if you do the invites, I promise you. Lead from the front. I talked about this the other day. If I don't hit Success Club, you guys don't think you need to hit Success Club. If Michelle doesn't hit Success Club, Holly and Kirsty don't feel like that they need to either. If you want your coaches, if you want to shine the light, you need to be hitting Success Club. You need to be your ideal coach. My ideal coach comes to the team calls, hits Success Club, and is showing up for herself in her own journey. So those are the things that I'm going to be bomb ass at, because that's what I want my ideal coach to be like. And then believe in yourself, and don't like get in your head about this. Like, you can get in your head about so many things in life, and network marketing is not one of them. Like, it should not be the thing that's stressing you out the most in life is sending an invite about becoming a coach. There are too many other things in life to stress about. And if you get this in your head, we need to do some more personal development, or you need to text me and be like, Ashley, I've been in my own head, talk me off the ledge. And I would be like, okay, girl, let me send you a voice message and we can chat about this. So don't get in your head about it. It's all going to be fine. And I think that, like I said, if you step out of your comfort zone and just send a couple, like maybe you're doing 0 coach invites right now. That was me until like lately. 0 coach invites, just hoping that challengers will join me in the end. Something that we don't have control over. One thing that I do have control over is inviting to the business and inviting them to coach right off the bat and see what happens. I mean, there's no hurt in trying. We all know that this is a no business. You get way more no's than you do yeses, and you just have to be okay with it. But the yeses are the people's lives that you're changing. The people who are going to come back in a month and be like, Ashley, I'm so glad that you reached out to me. This is changing my life. It's changed my marriage. It changes my relationship with my kids. I can't believe how great I feel. Like, that kind of stuff is what it is all about. So if you can like show up for that and present an opportunity because of that, it'll make you overcome every time. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing. I wanted to talk a second about Road to Elite. Are you guys familiar with Road to Elite? No. Okay, so